How do you stay motivated? How do you find the energy to do this? How do you not stray? What motivates you? I could never do this, blah, blah, blah. These are constant questions and statements that are made to me, and I'm sure anybody else who is losing weight and changing their life up, and it's noticeable by others. So I wanted to go over a couple of things on that subject. And the fact of the matter is, I don't stay motivated. I don't. That's the honest to God truth. I don't stay motivated. I don't overcome my food cravings. Not in the best way anyway. I'm still working on myself. There are things that I do to reinvigorate my motivation though, and I thought maybe I could share some of those with you. So food cravings for me is always going to be a problem. People were telling me in the beginning, oh, you just got to get used to your new, not diet, but eating habits, and it takes a while to unlearn eating habits and replace them with better ones, and learn how to swap out certain foods and make healthier choices for yourself. That is 100% true. However, people told me once that was the case, your food cravings disappear. That was a lie, at least for me. It might be easier for some people, but I know me as a female, and having been an emotional eater for so long, those cravings aren't gone. Certain times of the month, obviously, I struggle heavily with eating. Now, like I've said 1,000 times before, in multiple videos, I do my meal preps for my breakfasts and my dinners right now, and then I give myself healthy options. I pack my lunch every day for work, so I don't have anything else. That's what I get, and for the most part I stick to that. But there are times like now when I am a week or two out from my period, I just want all the chocolate. I want anything spicy. I want anything carby. Just things that I shouldn't be consuming in large amounts. And that's hard. And that 100% is just a mental battle. I have to mentally make the commitment to myself, remind myself of my goals, my progress, tell myself, you can indulge, and this is what you're getting. I'm portioning this out. That's it. And that'll be it for today. And I let myself have more of what I want during this time, right before my period, simply because I know how hard that battle is. And I don't want to hate myself. The goal of this is not to feel terrible about yourself and hate yourself and, all that. I want to be happy with myself. So that is one way that I combat that. And then as soon as the period comes and is over, those cravings pretty much are non-existent for me again for another month. So that helps a lot, and I just stick to my diet after that. A lot of people have this, what I call instant gratification syndrome, where, we have social media and you post a picture of yourself and it's cute, and you instantly get that gratification, like people liking and commenting and everything on your pictures. And so people are used to that instant results. They want it instantly. They don't want to wait. And you realize that in the middle of your weight loss, like you start out, you're gung-ho and everything's great and you're going fast and hard. Even if you are doing a great job with it, and you're losing weight, it's been a couple months and you're down 10, 15, 20 pounds, whatever it is. I'm not saying that's normal. I'm just saying, throwing numbers around. You realize that you're not losing, like 5 pounds a day or this or that. It can be slow and gradual, and that throws people off. They feel like I'm not making progress. Like right now, I haven't lost anything in a while. That's the way it is. A lot of that is my eating, and I know how to remedy that. But there have been many times through this journey that my progress has been slow. And it's always disheartening because when you're in the middle of this transformation, it doesn't feel extraordinary in any way. It's just, you feel mediocre. Not that there's anything wrong with mediocre, but when you're in the middle of something like this, you want to feel special. You know, you want to feel like you're feeling good about yourself and you're doing good. You can tell yourself these things, but you know, you secretly want that gratification of knowing that this is really working. This is going somewhere. I'm not wasting my time. But in reality, what you need to realize with that is that the slow progress is what you want for weight loss. You want to only lose, you know, a couple pounds a week or what have you. Some weeks will be better than others. Some will be worse than others. But that's how it's something that your body can stick with. It's how I've learned to be consistent in things. The slower I've lost weight, the better I am at slowing down all the processes, the upping my mileage when I'm running, changing out certain things in my diet, relearning certain habits when it comes to food and exercise and that sort of thing. So it's all a slow learning process. And you need to remind yourself sometimes, I don't need to go fast. I'm making my way. As long as the weight trend is going downward, you know, over the course of however many months or years even that you've been doing this, you're fine. There's, you know, you can look back on it and be like, oh, wow, I really have come a long way. I just, for me, I look at it and I go, wow, I'm just being a baby about things right now. Whining about things that don't really matter. And stemming off of that, reflecting on things is so important for staying motivated. Be it self-reflection, where you keep a pair of pants or something that used to fit you and are way too big for you now, and you put those on and you go, I am making progress. This is how. Or sometimes I will pull old pictures of myself and take a new picture of myself and put those side by side, or several over the course of my my transition here, and think to myself, wow, I don't ever feel like I've changed that much, but I have. There are huge differences, and it's amazing to see. Sometimes I post those things onto social media. You know, I try to be a positive influence for people, and it's great because they see it. Or even if I'm not trying, if I post a picture of me and my boys or something, and someone, oh wow, look at you, you just look skinnier and healthier every time I see you, and that, that's always good to hear. Also, on the reverse of that, if you notice someone posting on social media or in your personal life or whatever, making these changes, and you see the actual difference in them, say something, compliment them. It goes both ways, There's nothing wrong with complimenting someone and making their whole day. And finally, something that I've noticed is people don't keep goals in mind. They make a goal when they start. So my first goal was to get under 200, and with the overall goal of I just want to be skinnier. It wasn't a real goal, let's be honest. Like, everybody wants to be skinnier. Everyone wants to feel better about themselves and, help whatever health conditions they can. But it's not a real goal. You need to be constantly looking at ways to make and achieve personal goals. Be them small, big, doesn't matter. Goals are so important. So in the beginning, last year, my goal was to run a 5K by spring this year, I should say. And I did it. I got there and it was great, and I've been doing that. I had another goal of getting under 200 pounds so I could jump on the trampoline with my kids. I obtained that. It was great. I started thinking about new goals. I'm going to make another video on what my actual goals were, but I made myself commit earlier this year to being able to run a 10K by the end of this year. And I've done it before. I did it a couple of days ago, actually, just out of my own free time. And I signed up for a 10K October 27th. That will be my 1 year achievement, being able to run 6.2 miles in an actual event. And I'm so excited for it. And then after that, it's going to be wintertime here in Minnesota. So I have to figure out where I'm going to run in the freezing cold temps. If I'm going to run outside, if I have to find a gym, I'm going to work on my times, and I'm going to set new goals for myself. And it's not just about having one goal, going for it, achieving it, moving on to another goal. Having multiple goals is perfectly fine, and it's super helpful when you reflect back on it and you see all these goals that you've achieved, and you're like, wow, if I can do that, then I can do this, And there's always something to improve on. You don't have to be perfect by any means, but my times aren't very good. There's plenty on my actual body that I want to work on. I have multiple goals in my mind, and they help keep me motivated. I take progress pictures as I go. I don't share most of them. I share a couple, but it's good for me to look back on and see and notice the difference that way. Because when you're looking at yourself every day, you're not going to notice those differences 100% of the time, But that's how I, for the most part, stay as motivated as I can. It's difficult. I'm not going to lie. It is very difficult, but it's definitely worth it. And you got to find what works for you. Different things motivate different people. Finding classes that you can join with other people who are like-minded, or you just, you need to feed off of their energy kind of thing, or just coming out with it saying, I've been doing this at the gym or, on my own. I don't like it. I need to find something better. That sort of thing, You have to find what works for you. But those are the things that help me anytime I'm struggling. So I hope this was mildly helpful, guys. Bye.